Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot. This latest reading is about what your boss really thinks about you. So, this is not necessarily an accurate perception. I'm channeling and picking the cards from your boss's perception, not from, actual accurate reality, because your boss's perception could be very, very distorted, like my cat is distorting, the camera right now. So yes, your boss could have a very distorted perception. So it's not necessarily based in truth. But nonetheless, let's get started. We've got pile number one, the the orange flashlight pile, pile number two, the purple flashlight pile, and pile number three, the green flashlight pile. So so yeah, make your selection and let's get started. All right. All right, hello, pal number one. We've got number one for what does your boss really think about you? So this is pile number one, the orange flashlight pile. All right, so we've got the Page of Cups. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Five of, or the Six of Cups, and we've got the Three of Cups. Interesting. So two cups. So there's already I'm picking up some emotion as to what your boss thinks about you, and the Six of Cups as well too. Interesting. And then let's see what's the sixth card here, and then the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different reads here, but first of all, I'm hearing that your boss has some sort of weird emotional attachment to you, almost like a childlike emotional attachment to you. That's very interesting because we've got the Six of Cups as well, and that often speaks of sort of like a nostalgic issue, like sort of connection, or it can be a childhood. It can also be related to childhood trauma of some sort. But also the orange flashlight. Orange is kind of a creative, childlike color. So yeah, I'm getting that your boss has this, in some cases, has some I'm hearing that they have sort of a distorted perception they put on you that's to do with their childhood. And here I'm hearing either they're quite fond of you, or they and it's almost nothing to do with you, but they're fond of you, or they dislike you. But either way, it has nothing to do with you. It's just their sort of distorted perceptions that they put on you from their childhood, and it's almost like you may not be aware of this because your boss almost presents this stoic sort of sorry, my cat is making me laugh. She does that sometimes. She likes to look at me, give me weird expressions, and she likes to distract me sometimes and see if I can keep a straight face when I'm doing a reading. But yeah, or this person, and I hear they could be a female. But they're kind of like they have this. You may perceive them as being sort of very stoic and serious, but they have this sort of they also have this almost childlike sweetness inside of them that you may not perceive, and they almost think you're the same way. Interesting. They almost have this. So I'm hearing there's two different threads here. They almost have this fondness from you because they almost have this sense that you and them are almost similar on some other level. But then I get this other thread where they've taken a strong, so it's like almost a like or a dislike, and then the dislike is, and it tends towards more a like in terms of a sweet and nostalgic, but I'm hearing it in some cases it takes kind of a dark turn where they're projecting some sort of weird trauma on you, and they have an extreme dislike to you because of that. It's some sort of, like, they see you as some sort of character from their childhood, and or they see something about, like, they have this really twisted like they see you as being like a character from their childhood or something, and they have this dislike because of that, like because they think, oh, you're something about, like, I don't know, like it's sort of like I'm hearing it could even be like this anger at you because they think that you had a good childhood, or they see you as I don't know, it's this really weird thinking that I'm really trying to have a a, what do you call it, a read on, but it's sort of like they kind of see you as like a sweet innocent person that they wish they could have been or something. They see that you're very sweet, and they see it's something to do with their childhood because they didn't have a sweet childhood, so they see you as this, and they almost see you as them. Like it's this bizarre thinking, like they see, or they have this anger, or it's something else. They think that you had like a bad, like it is this really weird thinking in the back of their mind. They have this anger at you because if they're angry at you because you remind them of them or something, and they feel this even though you don't. It's like this big, I'm hearing this very bizarre thinking that they're putting on you, whether they like you or not. And then I'm also getting to that, and this isn't for everybody, but they kind of, and I'm not saying that this is accurate, but they think that you kind of um, you party a lot. And remember, this could not be completely because you've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then beside the Three of Cups. So it's sort of like they have, I have seen another thread here where they think, oh, you're just not that serious. You're not that serious about it, and you just like to have fun. That's what I'm hearing because the orange is kind of a childlike, fun energy. So it's something about they think that you have too much fun, and they don't like it because orange is like this creative, fun, childlike energy. And we've got that here, like Page of Cups, the Page of Cups, Six of Cups, which is very much, childhood, nostalgic card. And then we've got the fun card, the Three of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very, like, stoic, serious, takes everything seriously, workaholic Capricorn card, but it's in reverse. So it's like they have this distortion on you where they don't think that you don't take it seriously, or you have too much fun or something. They don't, and this could be some distortion they're putting on you of like this moody distortion. They think you have too much fun, and they don't like that. And it's like it's just this bizarre distortion that they're putting on you that has nothing to do with you. I hear like whether they have either this weird fondness. I mean, I'm hearing also like almost like a weird crush they have on you, but it's not a, or it could be romantic, but it's not necessarily, but it's sort of like, I call it a weird girl crush, but it's not really, like it's a psychological crush. Like I'm trying to pick it up, but it's just some weird energy, so it's like a little bit hard sometimes to put those energies into words. Let's see what else. Like, so yeah, it's this like to extreme anger if they think that they have this anger because they think you have too much fun, or you're too innocent. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Yeah, they think you're too innocent. They think that you're too, like, fun loving and innocent and childlike, and that somehow reminds them of their childhood when they were not like when they were not innocent or something. They have this weird, like, yeah, I'm getting with Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups. They've got some weird thing going on where they had this, trauma, and they're putting it on you, and yet they look very stoic and in charge and together, but it may not necessarily be the case. Interesting. Let's see if I can get some more. I'll get the Gypsy Oracle Death out and see what else I can get here. What today? I got four from the top after I shuffled, and let's see what we get for four of the. Okay, we've got Thief. They may even. That's interesting. They may like this bizarre, like they may think that you're. I'm always getting a sense of, in some cases, paranoia, and I'm hearing it's not just you they're putting this on. In some cases it is just you, but on others they're putting I'm always getting a sense with the Queen of Cups. There's a sense of paranoia. I got this card, and they think someone's stealing. They almost have a sense of paranoia of they think someone, they're kind of a control freak here with the hair fret, and they think that you or other people are stealing staplers or other appliances, or just stealing, you're doing something, like there's some situation where they have this paranoia of you or a group of other people, I'm hearing. So they yeah, in some cases it's paranoia. Let's see what else we've got. Cheerfulness. Yeah, they see you as being very cheerful with the orange color right here in the Three of Cups. They see you as being very cheerful, and let's see, they've got the two, and then Lord. And they feel like it's almost, they don't like too much of that energy in the workplace. It's like there's something kind of bent in this particular person's mind, right? Like they whatever way it is, whether they dislike you or like you, it's sort of, there's something bent, kind of bent and weird about this energy. But I remember, I don't know why that just popped into my head. This movie that I saw when I was young about this coworker or a boss or someone at work. Like she kept on. It was like a horror movie, and she kept on making like the people at work kept on disappearing, and she was taking them home and making them into, like, killing them and making into plastic um like figurines. That was her thing, was to like abduct people at work and make them into plastic figurines. And I don't know why. I don't think that's going to happen. But just the overall energy of that is like this person. Yeah, I'm also getting the sense this person has this sort of, almost, this person may have a crush on you, but a weird crush or something, and this, or it's kind of a love hate thing. Like it's I'm getting some weird energy. This person has some very conflicted sexual energy inside of them, and it's like, I think that they may be directing it towards you in some weird way. I don't know exactly what that means, but it'll be different in each case, but that's what I'm getting. And then cheerfulness, like it's like this kind of person I'm hearing, they don't necessarily always know how to interact with people, so they kind of have or they act like, oh, I'm this, together lord, like I'm in charge of the manor, and they're like, a bit of cheerfulness is okay, but I don't want anything to be out of line here. I don't want things to be completely out of line. They're saying, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't want things. You can be a little bit cheerful, but not a. And then they're kind of, oh, is this person, like they're thinking about you? Is this person? Are they really taking their work seriously, and are they being a bit too cheerfulness? Because I'm hearing you may kind of joke around with your coworkers, and they're kind of a little bit controlling, and they don't want that energy to be too much out of line. Like they don't like out of line, although they kind of like that energy of cheerfulness, but they don't like it at the same time. Like they're very fractured and kind of a little bit, kind of an interesting energy. And there's probably a reason I got that movie about the person, making the person into figurines, right? Because that's kind of an interesting energy. But yeah, I think that's all I hope that was helpful to you. Um, yeah, I hope that was helpful to you. Maybe give it a like or subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. Um, also, or a like or comment, and maybe check out my other videos. I've got videos on karma, past lives, a whole bunch of different subjects, so you can check that out. Dreams, some of the things I do pick cards on. Cats, I do some channeled readings on, or pick card readings on cats. And yeah, so just check that on the playlist section and see if there's any other subjects that are of relevant to you. All right, and then yeah, subscribe if you want to do that, if you think that would be something you would like to do. And that's all we've got for pile number one. And yeah, now we're going to move on to pile number two. Hello, pile number two. Let's see what we have for what does your boss think of you? The purple flashlight. And see. So let's see. So yeah, I already got an image of a very kind of serious man, but I'm not sure if that's you or them. But let's see, a serious man. Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Judgment. So we've got, yeah, so let's see what we've got. So yeah, Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups, four, another four, um, four of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles and Judgment. Interesting. So I'm hearing interesting. I I heard um I heard why is this person still working here? Like it's almost like the person, what I'm hearing is that this person, they kind of think that you've outgrown the company and that you're almost too good for that. That's what I see for the Four of Cups, and they're kind of like, why are you still working there? They kind of I'm getting it. They kind of think highly of you in some cases, and they're like they almost think that you should leave, but because you're kind of overqualified, and they think you could be doing better elsewhere. That's interesting. That's what I get here with the Four of Cups, which is kind of, I sometimes call it the like rejection card, because this person doesn't want it, and they're kind of like, why are you at this company? It's like because, or wherever you work, because it's sort of like they see, I hear is like, why are they still working here when they're kind of overqualified? They almost feel that you could be somewhere else where you're better suited. That's what I heard, that somewhere that you're better suited, that you're, yeah, I heard overqualified in some cases, and they almost feel like you would be better off. And I got this image in my mind of this very serious man, but I think they're kind of dry. They'll crack jokes on occasion, but they're sort of, they're kind of a bit wry. Like they're kind of a bit wry, not overly imbalanced, not, but kind of like they're kind of a slug that keeps to themselves, and they kind of, yeah, they kind of, yeah, with the Judgment, they're like, oh, the Judgment in reverse. They're just like, oh, um, this person has been here for a while, and they or either if you've been there for a while, or you've been there for either, I'm hearing two different scenarios. You've been there for a while. I hear for 20 years, 10, like something like that, 10 years, 20, just something like that. Or I hear you've been for there for a little bit, and you're kind of like, or like, oh, um when are they going to leave? Like, when are they going to, because it's just, it might be, I'm hearing, because some cases it's sort of like a job that you're doing kind of just out of school to sort of, um like to sort of, yeah, get your experience, and it's not really something that you'll do for a long time. That's what I'm hearing. And the person's, yeah, the boss is like, oh, why is this person, because they see, I think in some cases they think positive of you, they think you're overqualified, and then with the Judgment, it's sort of like they're just like, yeah, like, because the Judgment is kind of coming to a final, leveling up to a new level of something in reverse. So they're kind of wondering, oh, when are they going to do that? When are they going to level up and find something else? Because the Four of Cups, they'll but I'm hearing that your boss, they think that in most cases, they see, oh, they see you as a giving person. They see you as, oh, pulling your weight with the Six of Pentacles, right? Like, sort of getting along with people. I hear they think that you get along with people, that you pull your weight, but they're kind of like, when are you going to leave? Interesting. Let me see if I can get some more cards here. I'll pull, I was drawn to the wisdom deck, so I'll see what I get there. Okay, I'm getting live from your spirit, and I'm hearing it as this boss. They're kind of, they may think that you're not living from your spirit. That's what they might think, that you're not at your current employment. They may have this vision that you're not really living living from your spirit, and that may disturb them, because they don't like to see people not living from their spirit. Interesting. They may, um, yeah, they may see that you're not living from your spirit. They may, but they see that you're pulling your weight, but they kind of see you as sort of a spiritual person, if you will. But they think that you're not living from your spirit, and they're just like, oh, when are you going to leave? When are you going to find something, an actual place that you can stay? That's what I'm hearing with because the four, it's a victory card, but it's finding a place. They're thinking, when are you going to solidify with the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands? When are you going to solidify a place that you can stay? Because they think, oh, maybe you don't enjoy the work that much, I'm hearing. And that may or may not be true, but they're kind of like maybe you're not really enjoying it, or you're not living from your spirit, even though they do think that you're holding your weight, but they kind of see that you may, yeah, because judgment is about kind of leveling up, doing something new, sort of coming to a new resolution, and just like it's like doing something new, where everything is like it's something, it's like it's where somebody's like they've sort of leveled up and they're doing something, like with judgment, like they've decided to level up to whatever it is, the new level of their existence, if you will. But like a resolution to what they truly want to do. So I'm hearing, yeah, that's what's I don't really get any negative vibes. Like it just seems kind of clear, yeah, that the person, just the boss, just sort of they want, I think that they in some cases they want the best for you. So it's sort of like they want people to live, not just you, they like people to live from their spirit. They um they like people to be where they're truly suited. They like to feel people are very much where they're grounded, and they see that, yeah, maybe you're not perhaps grounded there. So it's sort of like, maybe one more card with the Gypsy Tarot pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Despair. And I'm hearing they tend to, and I'm not saying you're necessarily feeling this way, despair, but they can be a little bit friend and despair. They sometimes, they're almost, what I'm hearing too is that they almost feel that they're fearful that you're despairing. They feel like they're a friend, and that you're like they're almost, and I'm not saying you necessarily, or maybe you are, do you feel some sense of despair, but they have a sense of fearful, they're very fearful of people despairing, because they felt despairing. So I'm hearing that maybe in some cases they've lost people to suicide. So they're quite worried about, like, any sign. I'm hearing that any sign of despair in people, like, it makes their alarm bells go off, because they felt despair. They've been around people with the despair, so they're almost like they're kind of looking for signs of despair or suicidality or depression in people constantly, so that they may have projected that on you or other people, just that kind of concern. So we've got that for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, we've got that was for what your boss thinks about you. I hope you enjoyed that. You may want to check out my other readings in the playlist section. I've got readings on karma, past lives, cats, dream analysis, and a lot of different other subjects. So you may want to check there and see if it's worth it for you to subscribe. All right, that's all for pile 2. And let's see what we get for pile number 3, the green flashlight pile. The green flashlight pile. Let's see what we've got. We've got the world in reverse. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the 8 of Swords, and we've got the Star, and we've got the 5 of Swords. Interesting. So let me see what I can pick up for this. So their boss. Let's see. I'm getting about 3 different threads from this, and let's see what I can pick on it. So the pick up from this. So I'm hearing that the boss, they kind of think that you're quiet, that you're quiet, and you're not extra assertive, and they're kind of fine with that, because I'm hearing they don't necessarily like extra assertive people. They don't really like people that are too loud and boisterous at times, but they kind of think that you're the opposite of the Queen of Wands, like kind of you kind of quiet and keep to yourself. So that's what they think, that you're kind of quiet, you keep to yourself. They may think of you as kind of being dreamy and mystical, um, somebody who doesn't like to fight or cause trouble. And they're actually, they're not, they're, what I'm getting from this, they're not quite sure what to think of you. They're not quite. They're kind of, but they think you're not loud, and they think, oh, you're kind of a little bit quiet, and and kind of spend time to themselves. But I'm hearing in a lot of cases they do as well. They kind of, so they're kind of happy with being around such people. And they kind of wonder about you. They're kind of like, um, what does this person want in the world? They're kind of curious. I see them as being kind of curious about thinking, oh, what does this person ultimately want? But they don't. They see you as somebody who doesn't start fights, somebody who doesn't start drama. But they're kind of curious. They may watch you at at times and kind of think, oh, what is this? Who is this person? They're kind of like they're curious. They may watch you sometimes, and they kind of yeah, they kind of watch you. Eight of Cups. They see you as somebody who kind of goes off by themselves, and they're curious. I hear the word curious. They're quite curious about you. Where does this person go? Like, where does this person? And they kind of so they kind of about wonder about you in that way. Like, where do you go? Where do you ultimately see yourself going? So they kind of um, yeah, they wonder where you, and they can't, it's almost like you're a mystery to them, and they can't quite solve it, and they like to almost figure people out, but yeah, waiting, like they're kind of like, oh, will I ever solve this mystery? This person is kind of a mystery to them, and they like to sort of solve mysteries. So they're just sort of like, oh, they kind of, they try and figure things about you by, I guess, maybe not asking questions, but just by sort of, or they may ask, no, I'm hearing they're not really a question asking person. They could be, but they just try and figure out things in other ways. Melancholy. They may see you a little bit melancholy, like just a little bit, sort of not boisterous or out there, but not depressed, but just melancholy friend. And in some cases they see you as a friend, or they think that you have a couple of friends, but they um, falseness, and I'm hearing from that is they don't think that you tell them the whole story, which could be true, right? They think that, I mean, let's be real. At work, I mean, we don't tell everybody what's going on with us, and we don't do that, right? So in a sense, they think you're almost false, but not in a shady way, in a way that's like that you don't tell about yourself. If that makes sense. Not in a shady way, you know what I mean? But in a way that's like, okay, they may see you as like slightly secretive, and just not putting on your cards on your sleeve. But they're curious about that, I'm hearing. What else can we get? Work with devotion. So I think that's interesting that came out, like the um um out of my deck. So the one card about work when we're discussing work. But so I'm getting that they do think that you work with devotion. And not, I don't think that they think that you work with overzealous devotion, but just devotion that's, appropriate devotion, right? You're not one of those. They don't think that you're one of those workers that is just like, there's workers that are over the top. But I'm hearing that they think that um, you work with an appropriate level of devotion. Um, let's see what else. And then we've got, let's see, what else did I think about you? Let's see, I got 6 from the bottom from my tarot deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. We've got the Emperor. I think that they think that you have a quiet organizational, like a quiet organizational, um, what do you call it, like set of skills. Like you're kind of steady and dependable, and that you've got a quiet way of organizing things and getting them done that isn't that isn't obtrusive. It's just they but I'm hearing they kind of, they don't like very loud, obnoxious people. Like you're the kind of the energy that they more prefer. Like they don't like when I'm hearing, they don't like the Queen of Wands upright. They like her or upside down, right? Like reversed. They like their Queen of Wands reversed, which is kind of the opposite. Not like upright, very bossy, very controlling, very needing constantly of the limelight and being, very bossy and overtaking everything. And I hear they find that energy too much. They don't like people like that. So they like your energy, the Queen of Wands reverse, which is very calm and very calm and you know um, and just soothing and not studious, but just to yourself, and not making such a fuss of everything, just being kind of calm. And then let's see what else. And then the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so that sort of calming, studious attention to details, because that's very much like the Page of Pentacles. They've got the pentacle, they focus on the details, they get it done. It's the most mature, I think, of all the pentacles, right? Like getting things done, getting everything done, and they don't have to concern themselves with you. I'm hearing, because you'll get it done and you won't make a big fuss. You won't be annoying. I hear they don't like annoying people is what I hear. Like I said, the Queen of Wands upright. They find that energy annoying, but it came down right. So it's like they don't like that energy. Now I'm gonna see if I any other gypsy oracle. We've got young woman, and I'm hearing they may think that you're attractive in some, like they may think that you're attractive, because that's what I heard. And I got haughtiness, which I got, no, that's, they don't think you're haughty, but they think you're attractive, as in like peacock. They find your energy to be attractive, like not just your physical appearance, but your energy. The combination of it. It's just a attractive energy, and the kind of energy they like to be around. I'm hearing, but they're kind of distant. They don't. I'm hearing they don't. They're not. You know, like they're not overly. They kind of like to, yeah, be by themselves sometimes. They don't like to make a fuss about much of anything, so they prefer the people that don't create chaos, is what I'm hearing. And you're one of the people that don't create chaos, so they appreciate that. They don't like chaos very much, so they appreciate your non-chaos causing energy. So yeah, that's all we've got for pile number 3. So yeah, they appreciate the green flashlight is like a healing energy. So I think that you have a healing, because green is like a healing, calming energy, a non-chaos creating energy. So that's all we've got for pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe check out the playlist section to see if there's any other topics that you find interesting. And yeah, maybe you want to give me a subscribe if you like the other topics that I explore on this channel. And yeah, I hope that resonated with you. And have a good day. Bye bye.